Well, I was born in Germany, near the Luxembourg-Belgium border. My family consisted of my parents, of course, and a sister. My father was a medical doctor. My mother was a housewife. As far as I can remember, before the Holocaust, there was already a very strong anti-Semitic sentiment among the Germans. I had the problems already when I went to school. Already the teachers, some of the teachers already had infiltrated the school system, and they were Nazis already. Well, I was 7, 8 years old at that time. Before we went to the camp, we were working forced labor. I was working in Berlin on the railroad there, emptying railroad cars. And on this stage, Dr. Goebbels, who was the Minister of Enlightenment and Propaganda, he promised Hitler that there would be no Jews anymore in Berlin at his birthday. So they started taking all the Jews out of their houses and from work, and they arrested them. They didn't even have a chance to go home. And that's what happened to me. I saw my mother go to the subway in the morning, and I went to the subway, and that's the last I saw of her. I was 19 years old when I was arrested and brought to Auschwitz. My sister was lucky. 3 months before the war started in Germany, she went to England. When I arrived in Auschwitz about 2 or 3 days later, was the middle of the night, and the SS opened up, and there was a big ramp, and there were all kinds of spotlights there. So usually women and children and older people, and but also young people went into the camp, and the rest were immediately gassed. So we would build factories there to make artificial rubber. It was very rough. This camp that I went to was very rough. The people in charge of the work battalions were usually prisoners, German prisoners that were taken out of a regular prison, and they were in charge. Well, of course, they were very rough. We didn't get any food there except 2 slices of bread. The bread was made of chestnut flour and was held together with sawdust. The first job I had was carrying cement bag. It was really a unnecessary job. I think some of these jobs were just done to annoy or to kill the prisoners. After all, a prisoner was supposed to live no longer than 3 months. At one time, the commander at Auschwitz said, "I can't take no more people. They don't die fast enough." There were some people who were beaten to death. We had hangings over there almost every second, third day. We had roll call twice a day, and usually the hangings were at night, in the evening when we came back from work. At night we had like a two-wheeled wagon. We used to put the corpses on them and bring them back because when they had a roll call, they had to have the right total. After the Russian army came to Auschwitz, the Germans took us back into Germany, and we had to go on a death march there for 2, 3 days, and they put us again on in railroad cars on a train there. We went to Dachau, and that's where I contacted typhus, and I was lucky that 8 days after I contacted typhus, the Americans came. And I went into a hospital there, and I got good care. The Americans took good care of me. Uh, and then I went in 1947. I came to the States.